Well, it's that time again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the interview with Craig Veltri.
Thank you, Megan Pennington, and welcome to the interview. Our guest returns to the program with a brand new single, She's Gone. Seeing as he often sits at the altar of Townes Van Zandt and Guy Clark, him telling the story of wishing for an unrequited love to sit next to him on a train is an expected turn. But the traditional storytelling seems to have a relatively more modern sound, and we'll talk about that and more, as well as give She's Gone a listen at the end of this episode. Recording in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and calling in from Pittsburgh, here he is, Gregg Stone. Gregg, welcome back to the interview.
Hey, Craig, nice to be back. Thank you.
Now, we talked a little bit before we got on the air that it's kind of a song that's very unlike stuff that you have done in the past. You've talked about you being primarily a bluegrass player. You tend to write for bluegrass. You tend to tell a lot of songs that aren't really about unrequited love. So what was going on with you as you were writing this song?
Yeah, it's more of a mood issue than anything with this song. A lot of the songs I've been writing lately, especially because had a penchant for bluegrass lately, have been more upbeat and more fun sounding songs. I was debating in my head for a long time what was going to be the next single, and I kept playing around with other ones, and between production value and other things that were going on, because I do all my own production, I kept coming back to this song. It's much more haunting than the other ones, and it's very sparse. There aren't many lyrics to this song at all. And what I was going for with this song was emotion over storytelling. I just wanted it to be clear in this song that this guy was really bent out of shape about having lost her as she goes away on the train.
And it is very clear that haunting, as far as the production goes. We talked about it's very sparse. It almost kind of reminds me of like mid 90s, like the 10 Summoner's Tales album from Sting.
Oh
it,
yeah,
it,
yeah.
it kind of it kind of had that very airy, especially in songs like it's more remorseful than a lot of songs like that, but there still is
Right.
a nostalgia. There's still almost a tear in the reverb. I almost like to call it. Was that the note you had going into the studio?
Yeah, it really was. It actually it started with the little run, the notes that are played on the guitar, that are something I don't usually do either, nor do I really have the capacity to do that normally. But I had come up with that, and I really liked it. And when I kept playing it over and over again, the mood was firmly established by that point, and then words started to come with that, and I didn't want the words to overwhelm the music in this song. I wanted the music to be a big part of it, because it's a real bluesy kind of a riff that goes on in this song. I think.
I wouldn't say bluesy, but it definitely has that kind of shade of blue to the song.
Mhm.
You have often said that you don't really delve into the personal about it. So what about that? The music speaking to you kind of had the get. What were you reaching to that gave you that story?
Yeah, there really wasn't anything personal in this. A lot of mine do have some autobiographical elements to them.
Well, sure.
This one does not, though. I've never lost anyone who went away on a train or anything like that. But when I was hearing that music in my head, and it kept going over and over through my head, the only word I could come up with for a theme was loss. That this was loss, and it was a painful loss, and I wanted that to be as strong as possible.
Going back to the production of this song, who produced this and helped bring the blue sound
Well,
into
here we
She's
go.
Gone?
Well, I played the guitar, and did that, and did the singing, of course, for everything. The backing on it, though, the instrumentation backing of it is done through Suno.
Oh dear.
And
Okay.
I self-produce here in my my own little studio in the basement of my home, and I use things like Suno and what have you to usually to make demos. So I don't put things out there for commercial use at all. And my use of Suno, which I've been saying all over the place, has been one of just trying to make me be able to realize the songs, the sounds that I'm trying to get out of my music, especially when it comes to bluegrass. You referred to me earlier as a bluegrass player. I'm not a bluegrass player.
Well, writer, I probably should. I should.
Yeah, I write bluegrass
Correct.
music, and because I'm not a bluegrass player, things like Suno and Band in a Box and things like that have allowed me to create demos that show me that, oh yeah, this really does work as a bluegrass number, or this really works as a jazz number, or this works as a country rock, or whatever I'm writing. And I'm not able to realize that, and I'm not able to pitch it to anybody as such when it's just me and my guitar playing, because that's how those songs originate, is me playing guitar, recording it, taking that MP3, putting it into something like Suno, and then saying, I want this to be a bluegrass song. Very little prompts. I'm not a big prompt fan. I will say this is a bluegrass song with a male vocalist, and see what you do with it. And I'll just keep hitting that button until I get a version that I think is what I'm trying to get at.
So, how close would you say that this song was in your head? How close do you think you got to it as far as AI?
I think especially
because
it's so sparse. Yeah, right. I think especially because it's so sparse. There's very little instrumentation, but the instrumentation that's there is really interesting to listen to, I think. And I think because of that, and I took instruments out of the version I got from Suno. I was able to extract things, and then put my own stuff in, my own vocals, of course, and then that little extra little echo thing that's in each verse too, at the end of the second line of each verse. I threw those things in using a DAW to do that. I use GarageBand for the vocals and what have you, and my iMac computer and cheap microphone.
We're here with Gregg Stone on the Craig-Veltri interview, proud member of the Scarfire Media Podcast Network. For more on Scarfire Media, visit our website, scarfiremedia.com. Check out all the great programs on the Scarfire Media Podcast Network. Mommy Rockstar is in production and should be out sometime in June. Check out the latest episode of the Cool Brother Podcast. And thank you for listening to the Craig-Veltri interview on Scarfire Media's Podcast Network and on Music from the 412. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm sure that if our comment section decides to pick up on the account of you having this be an AI produced record, what would you say in defense of yourself? That it's wasting water, it's doing the any other number of arguments that are against a song like She's Gone existing in this current state.
Right. I think there is a threat to the creative community if AI is used, things like Suno are used incorrectly. I mean, somebody going to Suno and saying, write a song about outer space or something like that, and having a song created out of that and then calling themselves a songwriter is BS. What I'm trying to do using that is make sure that I can realize, and therefore maybe an artist can realize, what this is as a bluegrass song or whatever kind of song it is. This song in particular, the way it came out though, I felt comfortable with it being me. No less than Neil Diamond putting his name on a record where he didn't play all the instruments on the song that he sang the vocals on, and nobody else got credit for it either. I play the guitar on this, I sing on this, and AI fills in the gaps and makes it a little more interesting sounding, I think. But that's my use of AI. It's very, very different than using AI as a replacement for my creative bent. I mean, I've written over 300 songs, so I know I'm a songwriter. And I know I can write good songs. But so can a million other people. And if I'm pitching to somebody and it's just me and my guitar, it's not nearly as effective. And I've learned this already through NSAI. NSAI was hell bent against anything with AI having to do with AI, at least with the creation of music. But I have found very consistently that if I submit a song for evaluation to NSAI evaluators, um, I get much better reviews when they're produced through AI as a demo than I do with it when it's just me and the guitar. So
yeah, a little bit of first of all, full disclosure as well. We mentioned on the program last year that Gregg Stone is the co-coordinator of the Pittsburgh chapter of NSAI, and the other co-coordinator is me. I
is this guy.
and I will so I will say that Music Row will I think they are, to their credit, fighting back as ardently as any industry could possibly against the tide of AI artists,
Mm-hmm.
I should say. There are
Mm-hmm.
plenty of AA artists in Nashville, trust me. But but the point is that there are so many people. Former guest on this show, for example, Justine Blazer, lost a great amount of work as a result of one of her uh, collaborators actually using AI in the production of some of the songs that she has done. So
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned that, and I bring all of that up not only to bring a kind of an industry perspective on AI, as it is almost a non-starter as far as being in the releasing of songs, and the composition of songs. As far as the
Right.
production of stuff
Right.
is concerned, as I kind of keep the same almost agnosticism when it comes to AI. I prefer not to use it. I have enough people in my periphery that I can bring the vision into it with the
Right.
use of actual instruments. But if people prefer to do the more convenient way of doing it, I'm all for efficiency as well.
Yeah.
So,
And and to be honest, I've done recordings in studios before
of
with
course you have.
musicians, and I was never satisfied with the end results of those. I've done it like 3 or 4 times now, and every time I felt like it was, money could have been better spent. The sound quality, even for just the demos, and again, going back to what I said earlier, my main intent in using it is for producing demos to pitch. They're not out there for commercial use or anything. This one is an exception because I felt this was more me than not. And I loved the production of this, so I went ahead and released it. I think that if you're using it in that regard, that's one thing. And unlike you, I don't have access to the community that I could bring together and have I don't know any bluegrass bands, for example, and and even if I did, I hesitate going into a studio with them because a lot of studios don't know how to even record bluegrass bands.
Hmm.
And so it's
That's
hard. I mean,
interesting.
here,
What makes you say that?
well, I think you have to be. I think you have to be more where bluegrass emanates from more naturally, and Pittsburgh is not a place where it emigrates or comes from naturally. I think it's more of a southern and midwestern thing. If you look at anybody who's popular in bluegrass, and I just went to the Delfest festival in Cumberland, Maryland, which is like the biggest bluegrass festival in the country, and
Love Cumberland.
I'm pushing my bluegrass songs and pitching them to people down there the 4 days I was there in the rain. Anyway, they're all coming from places that are established, more established hubs, I think. Like Nashville. Nashville knows how to record bluegrass artists, but unlike you, I don't run back and forth there every week.
There's this funny thing called email and Dropbox and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
so, and while we're on the subject of your music, and as far as networking is concerned, you do. I can believe that you have that much of an authority of saying that the scene may not fit with your music because you're out on the scene quite often. You're hosting 3 open mics out in Westmoreland County and stuff like that. Uh, and doing so through a couple of radio stations. Talk a little bit
Mhm.
about that. How did you wind up getting this full-time gig?
Yeah, well, it's a semi full-time gig, and I don't want it to be a full-time gig. I'm retired, and I like being retired. And I when I play out, I really do so sparingly. It's only a few times a month, as opposed to a lot of people like yourself who you probably do on average 3 or 4 nights a week. I'm
I
guessing
try.
at least. Yeah. Okay. See, I don't want to do that. I'd rather spend my time creating and producing things here at home. And my main intent in playing out is just to test things out, in a live venue, and be able to get feedback from people outside of family and friends, to hear what they think about the songs, just the basic elements of the song. Does it work lyrically? Does it work musically, etc.?
Glad you said that. Our meeting next Sunday, which will be on Zoom through the NSAI website. I hope I'm not jumping you on this one, but I volunteered to do a presentation on why open mics and live performances are so vital to the writing process. And being a host and having done all of that, maybe to continue on with what you were saying, and you already said it, playing to your family only gets you so much perspective. What more do you find yourself gaining performing these songs live?
Uh, I've developed my voice a lot better and my playing a lot better playing live, because when I go play live, and this always kills me when I see a lot of people play live, especially open mics, or not even open mics, but even regular sets.
Mm-hmm.
People will say, well, I'm not sure what I'm going to play next. Let me rifle through the songs here and say, I believe in having things all planned out, down to exactly what I'm going to do, what song is going to go well into the next song, and how I'm going to change up the order, so that it's interesting. It has highs and lows, and fast songs and slow songs, and ups and downs, and what have you. And I spend a lot of time doing that when I play out, and that takes time if you do it right. And I think I do. I try to have things all planned out, and I rehearse before I play out. I mean, I spent all morning getting ready for the back-to-back open mics I have this week. I have one at Spiel's Tavern on Wednesday night, in New Alexandria, self-promotion time, and
Please, you'll get another
and
one later.
yeah, okay, and Hugs Radio open mic that they host in Connellsville, on Tuesday night. That's always the first Tuesday and the first Wednesday of every month. And I just, I always look forward to the months where the first isn't the first part of the week, so I don't have them back to back. Sometimes they're split up over a week, but those are the big things I do. And I do a bucket night here and there, at Spiels, and I'll do some other things that I get invited. I get invited to songwriters work showcases at times and things like that. But again, I plan those things out. I don't just do it. So
Yeah, it's kind of people. I'm all for improvisation. I think a lot of this program is in the moment,
mhm.
done improvised. I really don't keep a notepad or anything like that. I do my research, but I just have a general idea of what's going on. But even then, there is a plan, there is a format to
Right,
follow. So
right.
I'm very much the same to say
Yeah.
all of that. So
Yeah.
you mentioned the songs that didn't make the cut for the single. Do you have the next single lined up?
No, I'm not going to rush into it. I'm going to let this one. I'm going to try to do as much self promotion and other promotion as possible. One thing I like about Hugs Radio, HUGS, out of Connellsville,
Mm-hmm.
is it's an internet based station that is worldwide. I mean, they have listeners. Every time I'm on that station, or doing the live open mic or whatever, which they broadcast. It's seen by people in Brazil and Singapore and Canada and all through the United States, and what have you. And it's a pretty big following. And they have a top 200 chart. And
I've been in it a couple of times.
Okay, all right, yeah. And I had two songs on there for the longest time, and one got into the top 10. And then I kind of let it go for a while, because I just got tired. of dealing with. I still have one on there. The first one that I ever submitted that I co-wrote with a poet out in Utah named Elizabeth,
Right.
who co-wrote with me. Lizzie, come out to play.
Mhm.
And that's still hanging around at number 80, and I haven't even been doing any self-promotion for that at all.
I have a
But
feeling I might still be on there myself. I can't I
you may
haven't
be.
checked in a while, but
Maybe. Well, this one I'd like to get another one in the top 10, and I'm hoping that this one will be the one to do that. So,
well, she's gone and we'll listen to it at the end of this episode. But first, Greg, we have a nice way of closing on the Craig-Veltri interview. It's called the No Kiddin Questionnaire. However, since you are a return guest, you qualify for the No Kiddin Questionnaire 2.0 because I'm clever. Gregg Stone, what sound or noise do you love?
oh boy. Uh Anytime I hit a note or chord perfectly.
Is that accompanied with relief? I mean, I've heard you play.
Yeah,
You're
pretty
good.
much. Yes, yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, because it doesn't happen all that often.
Oh, stop.
I don't even use a pick. I use my index finger, and that makes it a little more challenging even. But it's just the way I play. It works for me. So yeah, when I hit a note, a series of notes, I should say, and chords that I haven't screwed up, that's a great sound to me.
well, well, on the other side of it, what sound or noise do you hate?
Well, all the other ones, all, all the ones I miss.
Plunk, clang.
Plunk, plunk. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, well, what is the one song that you are not yet tired of playing, singing, or listening to, and it cannot be one of your own?
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I have it. I have it. It's a song that Leon Redbone made famous that I love doing it. Every time I do it, I just have so much fun with it.
Hmm.
Um, oh, what's the name of the song? Gosh,
Not a huge Redbone fan myself, but
well, but it's this wonderful old timey song. It's sweet, and it's maybe hopefully one of the listeners will be able to pull it out of their butts. And I don't know why I can't think of the name of it, but it's a song that only it's one of those short songs, and I do this a lot. If there's a song I really like but it only has like one verse and chorus or something like that, which there are some. Crazy is a good example by Willie Nelson for
great example.
yeah. I've taken those songs and written a second verse for them, or put a bridge in or something like that, just to make it last a little longer. And because I'm not an instrumentalist, replacing an instrumental section perhaps with a verse or something. And I've done that with this Leon Redbone song. It's his most famous song. And Ain't Misbehaving is another. Ain't Misbehaving is another
Fats
Leon
Waller.
Redbone song that yeah. But Leon Redbone did a really nice version of that. And
Hank
I
Williams
copy
Jr.
his
too.
version. And Hank Jr. Yeah, yeah, yes.
All great versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
I adore that song. It's just it's so adorable, really.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah, exactly. That's the word, adorable.
So, if reincarnation is real, what animal or organism do you hope to come back as?
Wow. Hmm. Hmm. I think a hawk.
A hawk.
A hawk. Yeah. Yeah, because they're more predator than they are prey.
Hmm.
And we have a lot of hawks around here where I live, and I'm always fascinated by them, and I think of all the other critters that we have roaming around here, and they're all prey for hawks here, except for the deer. And deer, I don't want to be a deer because I've seen so many of them alongside the road these days,
Oh,
especially
you and me
this
both.
year. Yeah. So yeah, I think a hawk.
Hmm. Okay. Uh, Also, perhaps the ability to fly would be
Yeah, that would be
appealing.
cool. Yeah. Yes, it would be.
Okay. What is your favorite? You talked about your potential diet as a hawk. What is your favorite food to make at home?
Oh boy. I eat pretty much the same thing every night. It's going to be pasta. that I'll make like a whole batch for the week and then just keep dipping into it.
Hmm.
And I'll have chicken or shrimp or something like that mixed in with it, along with usually broccoli or some kind of vegetable, and then a sauce of some kind, maybe yum yum sauce or Chick-fil-A sauce. Actually, is really good in such a dish. So I just make a kind of a pasta dish like that, and I have that most nights here. My favorite meal to eat, however, is
Mhm.
something more decadent. It's like veal Oscar with
Mm.
veal with crab meat and asparagus and
Oh God.
hollandaise sauce. Yeah.
And you can make that?
No, that's my favorite one to eat.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else has got to make it.
Fair enough. Well, and thank you for telling everybody how you managed to stay so svelte all this time, all the portions control.
Oh yeah, and that's what it is. That and exercise.
Yeah,
Yes, I went on Weight Watchers in 2020, and in a year and a half lost 35 pounds.
I
So,
never
or
knew
no, I'm
that
sorry,
about you.
60 pounds. I lost 60 pounds.
Heavens.
Yes, yeah. So, and I've kept it off, all but 10 of it. I've kept it off. So, yeah,
Way to go, man. I never knew that about you. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Greg, I don't even know if you know any, but what is your favorite curse word?
Oh, it has to be the F word. Yeah. There's this wonderful book. If nobody's ever read it, I don't even know if you can get it. It's called The Rape of the APE, and APE stands for American Puritan Ethic. It's a
Aha.
history. It's the history of the sexual revolution in the United States. It's written by Alan Sherman, who wrote Camp Granada, Hello Mutta, Hello Fada,
Yeah,
back in
yeah.
the 60s. Anyway, there's a chapter in the book called short chapter long footnote, and it's just the word with an asterisk after it, and then there's about 20 pages about the word after it, and I think that sums it up for me. I think there's been more said about that word than any other. It's pretty, I mean, it's pretty obvious, that's the mother of all swear words. But if you ever come across that book, that's a wonderful chapter to read.
I'm always looking for new reading material, especially about how bizarre and how we just kind of reflexively back away from certain language and how we soften it. So yeah, but definitely a fascination of mine. Last question of this questionnaire: if you
Okay.
were given the choice between starting life with your current knowledge again at the age of 6 or $10 million, which would you take?
Hmm. Uh, I'm at the age of 6 and I'm getting $10 million.
No, if you either starting life with your knowledge at the age of
Oh,
6
okay.
or $10 million.
Oh, probably starting life with what I know. Yeah, I think. Yeah, because if I had $10 million, I'd be lazy as hell. And I don't think I would. Not that I've accomplished great things, but I don't think I would have accomplished much of anything if somebody threw $10 million at me.
You never know. I would
Yeah.
I'd let you watch 10 million for me, but but well, Greg, this we've teased it already that you would get another opportunity at this, so away we go. It's time for shameless self promotion. She's gone. We'll listen to it shortly. You've mentioned the open mics. Where else can we find you? Plug your pluggables. Fire away.
Well, as of right now, for the next couple months, it's those open mics that I already mentioned. Tuesday nights at for the Hugs radio broadcast, and those are 7 to 10. And Spiel's Tavern on Wednesday nights. And I hope people we the first Wednesday of every month at Spiel's is called Uncovered Night, and it's for songwriters specifically. So any songwriters out there in the area that want to come out and share 4 or 5, even 6 songs some nights, that goes from 7 to 9 or 9 with question mark. On the first Wednesday of every month. So we'll be doing that. I'll be appearing back at Spiel's with Bob Augustine, folk indie Bob. Some of you may know. I don't know
Heard of
if you
him?
may.
Yep.
You've heard of him. He and I do a bucket night once a month at Spiel's as well. I had been doing patio shows at Three Rivers Outdoor Company in
By the way,
Regent
for those that
Square.
may not understand it, bucket night, as in pass the
Oh, I'm
bucket and
sorry.
everybody splits the booty.
No, bucket night means it's bucket of beer night.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a special on buckets of beer and $1 $1.50 wings, I think, and the wings are great. So come out to Spiels.
Should have led with the wings.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, for some people, yeah. But and then other than that, I just got invited. I played a song at my church on Sunday, and they have this big sock hop event in July, and I was invited to do a 40-minute set for that after playing the song in church that I had written specifically based on something that was said in one of the sermons in church. And so I went back and played the song that I wrote about it. And apparently the director thought, it was good enough to have me come and do a whole set. So, so that's coming up in July. I don't even know the date. Sorry.
Let us know. We'll throw it up on through certain social media.
And I'm on social media. So if anybody wants to get a hold of me that way, look for Gregg Stone on Facebook or Instagram, especially. I don't do TikTok. It's just there's way too many things out there, and I feel pretty good in those two realms.
Facebook
so
and
it's all on there.
Personal feelings about Mark Zuckerberg aside, the meta software is the easiest of the social media to navigate and jump between those interfaces. So those are the only ones that I really deal with too myself. So I'm totally understand.
So I put my releases on there, and I put my upcoming shows on there too. So along with other stuff that matters to nobody.
Hey, I like your stuff. That's why I had you back on, man. Really do appreciate all the stuff that you do. And this is a very illuminating conversation, as always. Thank you again for joining us today, Gregg Stone, on the Craig-Veltri Interview.
Thanks a lot.
The Craig-Veltri Interview, where Craig-Veltri interviews wonderful people, is a production of Scarfire Media, the voice of the independent artist. Written and edited by Craig Veltri. Your announcer is Megan Pennington. The opening theme, Shut Up, I Love You, written by Trenton Chandler and Craig Veltri. Performed by Craig Veltri. Produced by Jack Gavin. Inside the Cabin is available now on all streaming. Support Moonshine Vagabonds by downloading directly from Bandcamp. Time now to update the event calendar because you must know where I am at all times. Friday, June 5th, I will be at Beachcombers at the Hilton Myrtle Beach from 6 to 9 p.m. Sunday, June 7th, happy birthday to my dad and to my Uncle Tom. Moonshine Vagabonds will be at 68 Feed Mill in New Brighton, Pennsylvania from 4 to 6 p.m. Then on Monday, it's a big one, folks. It'll be the Low Dose Show at Jurgles in Warrendale. I will be opening for Moonshine Jasmine. Show starts at 7:30, just a $1 cover charge. It is the Low Dose Show at Jurgles, Moonshine Vagabonds, featuring yours truly. Rounding out the dates, Tuesday, June the 9th, back to Mellon Square, downtown Pittsburgh, from 11:30 to 1:30 p.m. For full dates, including Pittsburgh, Chicago, and Atlanta, visit my website, craig-veltri.bandzoogle.com. Yes, the calendar has been updated. For booking info, including full band and this podcast, email me at craig-veltri-official@gmail.com. You can find the interview on Facebook by searching the Craig Veltri Interview, YouTube at Craig Veltri Music, and you can find me on Instagram, or as my old roommate, the Tommy Thomas used to call it, Instagirl, at craig.veltri. For Gregg Stone, I'm Craig Veltri, and this has been the Craig Veltri Interview. With that, I'll pass. Here's the latest from Gregg Stone. It's She's Gone on the Craig Veltri Interview, proud member of the Scarfire Media Podcast Network.
Can you hear it? Westbound whistle blows. Can you hear it? Mournful sound so low. I missed it. Should be sitting on that train. She's gone. Can you see it? Heading out into the night. Can you see it? Love is rolling out of sight. Well, I missed it. Should be sitting on that train. And now she's gone. She's gone. Can you feel it? My heart lies bleeding on the rail. Can you feel it? The pain I felt when our love failed. I missed it. I should be sitting on that train next to her. And now she's gone. She's gone.